They saved faithfully, avoided debt, followed every rule they were taught, and still are at the moment it mattered most. They ran out of options. For decades, Americans were given a clear formula for financial security: work hard, save consistently, invest conservatively, and retire comfortably. For people over 45, this formula wasn't just advice, it was a framework for life. It shaped careers, delayed pleasures, and justified sacrifice. Many stayed loyal to their employers. Many resisted lifestyle upgrades. Many did what responsible adults were supposed to do. And on paper it worked. But what many are discovering quietly, often uncomfortably, is that the system they trusted did not stay the same. The rules shifted slowly, almost invisibly, while they were busy following them. And now the gap between what they expected and what reality delivers is growing wider every year. Inflation is the first crack in the foundation. Not the headline number, but the lived experience. Groceries that cost twice what they did 10 years ago. Insurance premiums that rise faster than paychecks ever did. Property taxes, utilities, medical copay costs that dinar to feel optional because they are new. Traditional savings accounts were never designed to outpace inflation. They were designed to preserve nominal dollars, not purchasing power. Over time, that distinction becomes devastating. Longevity is the second force few planned for accurately. People are living longer, often much longer out than previous generations. On the surface, that sounds like progress. In reality, it introduces a financial risk most retirement plans underestimate: duration. Saving for a 20-year retirement is very different from funding 30 or even 40 years without earned income. The longer life lasts, the more small planning errors compound into large consequences. Healthcare costs amplify this problem dramatically. Even with Medicare, out-of-pocket expenses rise with age. Prescription drugs, specialist visits, long-term care, and assisted living are not rare scenarios. They are common trajectories. Traditional retirement models treat healthcare as a line item. In reality, it is a variable that expands unpredictably and relentlessly. Then there is market dependency. Many conservative savers were told that a balanced portfolio would protect them from volatility. But sequence of returns risk all the danger of market downturns early in retirement can permanently reduce income potential. Two retirees with identical portfolios can experience drastically different outcomes based solely on timing. This is not speculation. It is arithmetic. The uncomfortable reality is that traditional strategies assumed stable prices, shorter retirements, predictable healthcare costs, and cooperative markets. Those assumptions no longer hold. Yet the advice has barely changed. What makes this especially painful is that those affected are not reckless. They did not overspend. They did not gamble their futures. They trusted institutions, conventional wisdom, and long-standing norms. And now, many find themselves asking questions they never expected to ask at this stage of life. Why does my money feel smaller every year? Why am I more cautious now than when I was working? Why does retirement feel fragile instead of secure? This is not a failure of discipline. It is a failure of outdated models. Regret doesn't arrive all at once. It shows up quietly in delayed decisions, postponed plans, and the constant mental math of what can still be afforded. It appears when people realize that the margin for error is gone. That flexibility has narrowed. That time is no longer an ally. The most dangerous assumption is believing that what worked for previous generations will automatically work for this one. The economic environment has changed. Demographics have changed. Costs have changed. Longevity has changed. Ignoring that reality doesn't preserve comfort or it erodes it. This is not about fear. It is about clarity. Understanding why traditional strategies fall short is not pessimism. It is realism. It is recognizing that financial security today requires different thinking than it did 30 years ago. Not more risk. Not magical returns, just honest assessment and adaptation. Because the greatest regret is not losing money. It is realizing too late that the plan you trusted was never designed for the world you are living in now. They did everything right.